We serve fake chicken at my work. It's made of soy protein. I guess some people are into that.
Where you work at McDonald's?
That's disgusting, though. What's up, guys? Today's a new episode of Tender Talk. So I hope your day is going good, great, amazing, and let's go! Good, great, amazing, and let's go! Alright guys, what's up? We're back. Today we got Knob Hill chicken tenders. Woo!
Straight off the
That is
floor.
what we got in today's vlog, as I'm sure you guys saw in the title, in today's Tender Talks. And not only that, but this vlog was also hijacked by
Your moment with Rowan!
what's up, your boy, our buddy Ro.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Welcome to Tender Talks. Welcome to Tender Talks. So what are your guys' first thoughts on the chicken?
I actually like this display.
Looks pretty good.
To be honest, it says hot and handy, easy meals for busy people, and I feel that.
So I don't know if there's much introduction. Obviously, these are my two brothers and my dad. My dad's the new member to Tender Talks. He hasn't been on an episode before. How are you feeling? How are you feeling?
I'm living the dream, man. Living the dream.
So let's take these tenders.
What's your mom's dream?
Wait,
Where's the ranch?
I'm just living.
It's called. So yeah, they didn't give us sauces. We kind of just went. We went to the deli, asked for the tenders. Now, also, I should point out these tenders. It is today $5 Mondays at Knob Hill. So if we go here, what is that?
$5?
Wait a second.
$5 a pound. We got 2 pounds of tenders for $10. Well, after tax, 11.01.
14 on there.
11.01. So
11:01. I got the receipt right here.
pretty good. Pretty good.
11:01. How many tenders do we get for 11:01?
Well, we're about to find out. So it says hot and handy,
Chickens were killed.
but apparently it's not that handy.
Resealable zipper.
I can't open it.
Okay, is it hot and handy if Zion's just a little weak?
Hey, you better not cut this out. Be a man.
Cut the clip.
Oh, how did you do that instantly, Ron?
Guys, I don't know if it's the time on the ship, but none of these guys know how to open up a plastic bag.
All right.
It's actually pop.
I'm on a ship. What ship you sailing?
Here's one of each grab.
How many is there?
10, 11, 12.
Look at all those chickens.
So now let's go ahead. We each got our tender here. Now I'm ready for our first bite. So if you guys are ready, let's go
Do it.
ahead and take our first bite of the Knob Hill tenders.
Can we go to the first bite, Cam? Let's ask the man himself some questions. When did you know that your son was going to be a famous chicken connoisseur?
Yeah.
Well, it all started one day. We were in line at this really nice restaurant, and we were all getting this really good, fine food. And Zion said, "Do they have chicken tenders?"
Sounds about right. What was that, last week? So, guys, let's go ahead and dip into our first category here. Presentation. If we look at the presentation, it's a bag.
One thing I noticed is they got this little how to warm them up microwave or oven. So they got the feature of how to, like, if you're gonna store these and then cook them up later. I like that.
Actually, I didn't notice that.
That's an added bonus there. And they got a resealable Ziggy.
Wait, it was
Oh, zippy.
this guy.
Zipper. Never mind.
But
Anyway,
presentation, at the end of the day, it is a bag. But I mean, Knob Hill, it's Knob Hill. You know, you go there to get groceries, and you're not expecting much. So for presentation, and I mean, this is different compared to what I'm used to. I've gotten tenders there before, and it was in a box. So for this presentation, I'm not feeling it too much. It is nice. I like the microwave ability. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10.
I think that for the fact that it's in a grocery store, it's going to be plated a little bit differently. And also for the cost and the affordability, where this is going to compare to like more premium chicken. I'm not driving across town to get Knob Hill chicken strips, or at least I wasn't before this Tender Talks. But if I'm running down to my local Knob Hill and they plate it up like this, I'm all cool with it. I think I'm going to give them a 7 out of 10.
You gotta think in the sense of you're going to a grocery store, it already has like the easy to grab handle. You know, you have your kid with you. and they're grabbing a bunch of stuff. You're like, here, hold the tenders, keeps them busy. Overall, I really actually like the bag, and then the resealable for the storage. So I would probably go with a 7.5.
7.5 out of 10. Okay.
Actually, no, I'm gonna go with an 8. I'm gonna give him an 8.
Woo! Got on to an 8.
Right, yeah.
I think I could grab this and go even if I was meeting friends out at the park and I feel comfortable popping this open and people could eat out of that bag. So I think it's an amazing. I give it like a 2.
A 2?
I give it an 8.
Like, wait, do you know how this works?
I'm giving it an 8.
Let's move on to our next category here, breading. So I'll kick us off from breading. It was falling, like as I'm looking at this tender, it's not consistent. It's like kind of falling off and really thin here, and then like bunches up and gets kind of hard and rough at other areas. But overall, I really like the breading actually. I do like my breading a little more thinner than thicker breading, I gotta admit. So this breading did pretty good in my opinion. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10 on breading.
I actually didn't have any problems with breading falling off of my chicken. And even when it bunched up a little bit, I didn't feel like it was like too much. Like it was like some chicken, I feel like I'm choking on breading because there's nothing else there. I didn't have that problem with this chicken. So overall though, I'm gonna have to give it pretty much the same score that Zion gave it. I'm gonna give it a 7. Pretty good breading. Overall, probably some of the best breading I've seen in my time on Tender Talks.
So I know some people really like thick breading. I personally prefer thinner breading, and I thought this breading did pretty good. But one thing that I'm gonna put it in my breading section and not in my taste section. But the breading has like some spices on it, so there's a little bit of a flavor to it, which I think is really cool. So I'll give them an 8.
I don't mind the way it crumbles a little bit. I find myself kind of picking up the little crumbles and tasting them. It's good stuff. And it wasn't overly breaded, and the breading wasn't soggy. The holes in the bag seemed to still leave it crispy enough for me. So I'll give it a 7.5.
And these tenders were waiting for a while for us to get ready. And I mean, I wouldn't be able to tell.
I think Zion's just a little too rough with his strips. He manhandles those strips and they don't deserve it.
They're tasty strips. They're tasty tendies, man.
All right, tender with it.
You're gonna be tender with the tenders.
Well, tender with the tenders.
If you want that on a t-shirt, we're looking to watch our first Teespring campaign, Tender with the Tenders.
Well, let's look at the next category here. We just finished breading. Let's get to the next one. Taste. I gotta be honest. These tenders low-key knocked the park out. Really. Knocked it out of the park on taste. I really liked them. Like, they were mad good. I gotta be honest. So for taste, I'm gonna give it an 8.5.
I would have to agree with Zion. These definitely knocked the park out. Overall, probably one of the best tenders that I had in recent memory. And I feel like they're delivering in all categories, which, I mean, just makes them taste better. So overall, I'm going to have to give the tenders probably an 8 out of 10.
In all seriousness, these tenders actually did really well. And I was anticipating them to not do very well. But I was pretty well impressed with how they tasted. I would actually probably give them a 9.
Wow.
Woo!
I scored tender.
I think I really like the fact that they had a nice big chunk of chicken in there. I mean, like there's a chunk of chicken in there, and so that really worked out. The spiciness I felt off the flavor was really good. So the mixture between the bread and the chicken was good. Gave me a real good bite, solid bite. So yeah, I don't know how I lucked out on one of the best tenders, but I'll give it an 8.
Great. Alright. Guys, as you can see, these tenders are doing it pretty dang good. And as we get to our final category, price. We talked about it earlier on our first impressions. The price was, I believe, $11.02. $11.01 for 12 tenders. That's really good. That's less than $1 a tender. Do you know by chance what it comes out to per tender?
You're gonna find out right now.
Okay, Rowan's gonna do the math really quick. How much do they come out to per tender, Rowan?
Approximately 92 cents per
92 cents a tender. I'd pay 92 cents for one of these little tenders. Like, not even little. They were decent size. These are little tenders.
Like a good chunk of meat.
I like the tenders for 91 cents, $1. So I'm gonna have to give them a 9 out of 10 on price. I forgot to add, these tenders were on discount, just so you guys know. Normally, it came out to $16.14 normally, but we got these on discount, and that's what we're rating them on. And based on that discount, 9 out of 10.
Personally, I would buy these chicken strips if they weren't on discount. They're just better than a lot of chicken strips that we've spent similar amounts of money on. But I think these chicken strips are going to be one of the first that I give a 10 out of 10 to. I'm going to give them a 10 on price because of that price for this quality of chicken. I just don't think you can really beat it. Not to mention the convenience if you can just loop this in with your regular grocery shopping. And on a Monday night, you have something to look forward to.
I am gonna evaluate it at the normal price of $16.14 that we would have paid if it was not on sale. It would be nice if there was some sides included or something. Not necessarily sides, but like a sauce. But I would say that even at the price of $16.14, you're only paying roughly $1.25 or so for a tender.
Per strip.
Maybe like $1.30. But I'd say it's still pretty worth it, so I'm gonna go with an 8.5.
Well, it's all about that PSP.
Actually, I'll go with an 8.
That per strip price.
And of course, at the price of $11, I'd give it a 10.
Okay, me, I'm going out on an edge here. I'm going to coin a phrase that for here on out is is copyrighted to me and anybody else who uses it. I'm going to give it the true tender. Ah! 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 It gets a 10 in my book.
10.
The taste was good.
Alright, real quick, we'd like to take a moment to thank Karen Peter Hockemeyer for their donation.
I'd also like to thank the local people at our Knob Hill Deli for making these chicken strips.
Alright guys, so we have just went to Mr. Rowan, and we have gotten our final score. Can I get a drum roll, please? The final score for these tenders are 31.75.
Dang, that was good.
Or 31 75/100.
I believe that is one of the best tenders we've ever had. You have your options between a McDonald's,
Which for us,
a McDonald's, a Sonic, a Foster's, or a Knob Hill. I think you know which option you want to go with now.
Definitely not Sonic or Foster's.
It depends what you're trying to do.
If you're trying to cry, you can definitely.
If you want sauce, though, I would recommend Knob
if
Hill.
you're trying to break up with your girlfriend, Foster's is fine.
Okay, but also the thing about Knob Hill is I was like, oh, they couldn't get a sauce, but I'm like, dude, it's Knob Hill. Just go to the sauce aisle and like go pick out your favorite condiments and just bring them home. Like,
guys, this has been our episode of Tender Talks with the Knob Hill Chicken Tenders with our special guest, our buddy Ro. How are you feeling, Dad, on that episode of Tender Talks?
I'm feeling a little full.
Fair enough.
It's a good sign.
Good tenders. Guys,
Good
if
stuff.
you enjoyed this episode of Tender Talks, drop a like, subscribe, all the good stuff, and we'll see you in the next one. Deuces!
Thank you, Karen Peter Hockemeyer. And if you want your name in these credits, go to patreon.com/Ziggs.